We often hear about glial cells. What role do they play in our brains?
What glial actually means is glue, either the Latin or Greek for glue. It's the glue that holds it together. Each of those neurons is in a sheath, and it's those the cells that are around that sheath. Those are the glue. There's more and more evidence, and there's probably 10 times as many glial cells as there are neurons. We don't know that, but there's a lot of them. And it seems like a lot of the damage that gets done to the brain is damage to those sheaths. A lot of the cancers that are starting off actually cancers of the sheaths around those. And probably a lot more study needs to be done on that. There's a book that's just written about the glial cells. If anyone really wants to delve in, you can find that. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. There's a lot of so we've talked about the impact for sleep on the brain. And let's look at a little bit. This is going into practicality now. First of all, most of us in America, at least, don't get enough sleep. Now, I'm not going to go into what is enough because there's lots of schools of thought, but most of us don't get enough. One of the reasons that we believe that dementia occurs is because the brain doesn't go in the sleep process. The gap between the neurons seems to expand, and therefore the detritus from all the work that we've done in the brain during the day can get flushed out, and that's happening during sleep. If it doesn't get flushed out, then that seems to be what forms the plaque, which is where dementia starts to arise. So we're starting to learn the real importance of sleep. Pushing forward like 20, 30 years, slept well in your 30s and 40s, you're more likely to get impacted by dementia in your 70s and 80s.
I want to just talk a little bit about, when we think about the glue is what you were calling in, there's also this idea that's probably in the brain is a little bit overlooked, right? It's those particular cells are probably not always seen as maybe they're a bit, I'm just going to stick with the phrase they're overlooked. In our lives at home or even at work, who are some of the people that maybe are being overlooked by some degree, but they're actually very essential to the family continuing to run, for all the things to be happening? Same thing for those in the work context. And so ensuring that we don't overlook those individuals and that we acknowledge their contribution to how we are as an organization or as a family really being able to run successfully